Good afternoon, Fargo. Tony Gehrig, Fargo City Commissioner, here with your March 12th Fargo City Commission meeting update. There's one item on the agenda here today, but before I begin, I ran into a gentleman while I was out campaigning, and he said that he actually watches these videos. His name is John, lives in South Fargo, a younger man with a younger family, and I am happy to hear that at least one person in the city of Fargo is watching these videos. So if you're watching too, please share them on Facebook. Please tell your friends. Please message me with any questions that you might have. Call me, email, whatever you want to do. My contact information is listed on our website to include my cell phone number. So thanks to John for watching, and keep doing that. Now back to the regularly scheduled update. There's one item on the agenda for March 12th that I want to talk about, and it was not even an item that we voted on. It was the Diversion Authority update, which you have here kind of in bullet points. I know you can't really see that. But it revolved mainly around the, what's different with the project now, how that happened and things like that. The biggest thing that you need to understand is that the project did change, the alignment changed, and therefore, with other factors, the cost has changed. So what is the new cost? We've been talking from $1.8 billion, then it went up in 2015 to $2.2 billion, somewhere in there. And that's in 2015 numbers. Moving forward, we knew that every year that we didn't get this project completed, we would add $60 million in inflationary costs to that project. So let's say this gets done in 10 years from right now, from today, it gets done in 10 years, writing $600 million directly to that price tag, which brings this project automatically up to $2.8 billion. Now we changed the project, as I had mentioned, which is going to cost more money, about $200 million in today's money. That automatically brings this project up to $3 billion. That's assuming nothing goes wrong. That's assuming that we start the project today, end it in 10 years, it doesn't get extended. If it does, which quite frankly is possible, that would add more and more costs. So this cost will be $3 billion plus going forward. That may not be the official, what you hear out there, but that is and what it should be. In 2018 dollars, that's what it should be. And by the way, we shouldn't be talking in 2018 dollars. We shouldn't be talking in 2022 dollars. We should be talking in the future dollars when we expect the end date for this to be, because that's the honest way to discuss this. So understand when they say this is a $2.1 billion project, they're talking 2015 dollars if it were completed in 2015, which is not the case and not what happened, and certainly that could not happen. So you also have to discuss about, okay, now it's a $3+ billion project. How do you pay for that? One, you have to get a loan. Who's going to provide that loan? We don't know that at this point. The P3 means that private industry will have to come up with their own loan. We don't have a private partner at this point. Ultimately we have to fund this thing going forward. How do we fund the loan that we're going to get? How do we cash flow this? We expected that sales tax would do that. The problem with the assumption with sales tax is that we expected a 3% increase year after year after year for 80 years, which means that a 1% sales tax today was going to be worth 400,000 times more than it was when that comes around. 3% compounding interest is a lot. It's already blown up our model. We expected to have a 3% increase in sales tax revenue this year from last. We had a 2% decrease. Or I think it was even more than that. I have to look at the numbers, but it was more than that in a decrease. So already our model is not working. There's no way to project that we're going to have a 3% increase year after year after year forever with sales taxes. That's unreasonable, and I brought that up when they brought up the model last year. So there are issues here. Now, is the project doomed? No, it's not doomed. We can get the permits, we can make this thing happen, we can go forward with it. But I want to have an honest conversation with the people of Fargo to say, what is this really going to cost? How are we really going to fund it? And what's the way forward as far as getting permits from Minnesota to even begin the process? So people want to talk about, well, you don't think this is a good project or not? Well, fine. Whether you think it's a good project or not, it needs to get paid for somehow. So the focus needs to be on that, not on pigeonholing people into, are they 100% for it or 100% against it? That's unreasonable and that's unfair going forward. So I hope you have questions. I hope that people reach out. My name is Tony Gehrig. You can give me a call on my cell phone, email, share this on Facebook, and please keep watching how we're spending your tax dollars. Thank you.